If Lisa agrees to the buyout, then the house is mine. That should be the end of it, right?
That's what many people think.
Wait, it's not?
That's exactly what you need to know before it happens.
This is general divorce information. Laws vary, so check with a legal professional in your area.
Laws vary, but smart strategies don't. This channel helps you avoid common mistakes and make better decisions during divorce. Over the last few episodes, we've covered dividing assets and dividing debts. Today, we'll explain what a buyout is and why keeping the house isn't always as simple as it seems.
Let's return to John's story. John wants to keep the house. One option is to buy out Lisa's share. Mark, before we go any further, what exactly is a buyout?
A buyout is when one spouse keeps an asset, such as the house, by giving the other spouse their share of its value. Sometimes that's done with cash. Other times it's done by trading other assets as part of the property settlement.
That makes sense. But Lisa and I don't even agree on what our house is worth. How do we figure that out?
That's common. Many couples don't agree on the value of their home. One option is to hire a licensed home appraiser who provides an independent opinion of the home's market value. Some couples also use a real estate agent's market analysis or another method they both agree on.
So once we know the home's value, how do we figure out the buyout amount?
Let's use a simple example. Suppose the home is worth $350,000 and there's $150,000 left on the mortgage. That means the home has $200,000 in equity. If John and Lisa each own half of the equity, then each person's share is $100,000.
So if I keep the house, do I have to pay Lisa $100,000?
In this example, if Lisa's share is $100,000, John could pay her that amount. Or they could agree that Lisa receives other marital assets worth the same value instead.
So once I buy out Lisa's share, is everything finished?
No, that's one of the biggest misunderstandings people have.
So what still needs to be done?
A buyout settles who keeps the house, but it doesn't automatically touch the mortgage, and it doesn't automatically touch the title. Those are two separate legal steps.
So how do you remove your spouse's name from the mortgage?
In many cases, refinancing is one of the most common ways. A new loan pays off the old mortgage, and if you're approved, the new mortgage is usually in your name alone.
That sounds simple enough. I'll just refinance.
Is it really that simple?
Not always. Every lender has its own requirements, but they generally look at your income, credit history, existing debts, and whether you can afford the new payment. Meeting those doesn't guarantee approval, but it's what most lenders weigh.
So once I refinance, do I finally own the house?
No. Refinancing changes the mortgage, not the title. The title is a separate legal matter. Depending on your divorce agreement and your state's laws, additional documents may be needed to transfer ownership.
So even if John does everything correctly, could keeping the house still turn out to be a mistake?
Yes, many people focus on whether they can keep the house. The more important question is whether they should.
Wait, are you saying I could refinance, become the owner, and still lose my home?
Exactly. Ownership doesn't guarantee affordability. Those are two different questions.
How can John figure out if he can really afford to keep the house?
Start by calculating the true monthly cost of owning the house. Don't just look at the mortgage payment. Also consider property taxes, homeowners insurance, HOA dues if applicable, and the cost of maintenance and repairs. Looking at the complete picture can help you decide whether keeping the house is the right financial decision.
I guess keeping the house isn't the only question. I need to make sure I can actually afford it.
Let's recap what we covered today. We talked about the difference between the mortgage and the title, why refinancing may be necessary, and why it's important to understand the full financial responsibility of owning a home before deciding to keep it. What you learned today can help you better understand your options. If you need advice about your specific situation, talk with a qualified attorney.
Does your situation look different from John's? If you'd like us to cover those situations in a future episode, let us know in the comments below. Join us in future episodes as we cover spousal maintenance, child support, taxes, and more.
When you understand the road ahead, you can guide your divorce in the direction that truly works for your life. And even if you hire a great attorney, you should still stay in the driver's seat, not the back seat where you can't see where things are headed. But you don't have to go through this alone. The right knowledge at the right time can change everything. Laws vary, but smart strategies don't. Divorce information. Always by your side.